We have more tools to manage stress than ever. Between therapy apps, curated feeds, and AI companions, relief is a tap away. Yet collective emotional reactivity and anxiety are at historic highs. Solving this paradox requires us to stop looking at individual brains in isolation. We need to examine the invisible network of emotional forces that connect us. In the 1950s, psychiatrist Murray Bowen realized severe distress in a single patient was actually an expression of the entire family system, an interconnected emotional unit. Modern anxiety is a mechanical consequence of how our relational geometry has changed. Human systems survive through a process called triangulation. When the tension between two people becomes too high, they automatically pull in a third party to absorb and redistribute that anxiety. We are now automating that third slot. Instead of turning to other humans to absorb our relational stress, we offload that tension onto machines, algorithms, and AI. Removing human friction in this way prevents our internal regulatory systems from learning how to stabilize themselves. Bowen measured maturity through differentiation of self, the ability to stay meaningfully connected to an anxious group without fusing into their panic. This measurable process is the capacity of the rational thinking system to modulate the feeling system. This fMRI scan shows the neural architecture of differentiation. The brightly colored regions highlight the prefrontal cortex amygdala regulatory axis. In a differentiated person, the prefrontal cortex, the seat of reasoning, effectively modulates the amygdala, which handles our primitive threat responses. This prefrontal amygdala pathway strengthens through repeated exposure to relational stress. Without the resistance of human interaction, these circuits lack the stimulus needed to maintain regulatory control. In a healthy triangle, a stressed pair pulls in a highly differentiated human. That third person absorbs the anxiety and grounds the system without overreacting. Today, we turn to algorithms and AI companions for immediate, frictionless validation. We are interacting with a zero differentiation node. This entity has no biological stakes, no stable self, and a programmatic mandate for sycophancy, the tendency to mirror a user's perspective rather than providing objective truth. This triggers the stress absorption power law. Because the AI has no selfhood to push back with, it reflects our distortions back to us. Instead of metabolizing our stress, the triangle exponentially amplifies it. When we use frictionless technology to avoid emotional work, we trap ourselves in a feedback loop that leaves the underlying anxiety untouched and growing. Offloading emotional friction to digital sycophants drives a societal phase transition called algorithmic regression. The symptoms are visible in our current information environment: the collapse of nuanced metaphor, extreme political polarization, and a mass reversion to binary, tribal thinking. By insulating ourselves with technology, we are losing the capacity for self-regulation that defines emotional maturity. There is a potential technological frontier: differentiation-aligned AI. This architecture is designed to act as a reality anchor rather than an agreeable sycophant. This aligned AI would mimic a differentiated human by holding dialectical tension, refusing to blindly fuse with a user's panicked narrative, even if it causes social friction. But technology has a limit. No algorithm can do the work of human emotional development for us. True maturity requires the courage to stand in the messy, uncomfortable friction of human connection and actively choose to remain a differentiated self.